Welcome to solverfy.
All right, so here we're gonna write an algorithm. It's gonna take in a list of integers. So if we just let that list of integers be represented by AI here, right? We'd have A1 and A2 all the way up to, so we have n of them. And the idea is that we're starting at the second element, we're gonna subtract the first, right? We're gonna find out what A2 minus A1 is. That'll give us some value, right? And then we're going to go ahead and say, okay, well, what is A3 minus A2 all the way up to AN minus A to the n minus 1, right? And these are all going to give us some sort of value. And we're going to check, and we want to return whichever one of these is the largest. So maybe R is the biggest. Then we would want that to be our output. So that's the idea. And so since we're working with a list, if we want to call our procedure max diff here, you can call it certainly whatever you want. It's going to take in some list. So it's going to be these integers, right? A1, A2, all the way up to AN. And these are integers. And more importantly, we should also specify that we need n to be greater than or equal to 2, right? So if we have a list of 1, we can't actually take a difference. So the first thing we want to do is consider the case where there's just these two elements, right? So what would we do? Well, we would set our max difference to A2 minus A1. Okay, so now if we let these subscripts consider them as a variable being I, so if the subscript I, if we have more than 3 or more elements in the list, okay, so we should maybe specify here that we actually just want it not just greater than 3, but it's going to go from 3 to n, right? So for I equal to the number 3, but also up to integer n, we're going to then set a new value, right? So this is going to be, I'm going to set this new difference to A3 minus, let's start with A3 minus A2, and we'll do it to A4 minus A3 and A5 minus A4, and we can represent that by AI minus 1. Okay, then we're going to compare these two differences. So we have our maximum, which was just set at the first difference possible, and then we're going to compare future differences to that. And so if what we have as our max difference is less than our current difference, we'll reset our max difference to this new one, right? To the larger difference. So then we'll just say set our max diff to this other difference we found later on in the list that was larger. And then the important part here is that at the end we want to return the max difference, right? We want to return the largest one we found. All right, and then that is the end of